This tutorial will show you how to adjust the white balance settings on a Canon M400, Panasonic HMC40, and a Sony AX33. Let's begin by looking at the Canon M400. To find the white balance settings, select the function icon in the top left corner of the touchscreen LCD. Then choose the white balance option. Typically, the camera is set to automatic white balance. Using automatic white balance should give a fairly accurate representation of white according to the color temperature of your lighting conditions. You will also see a list of preset options. Selecting shade, cloudy, or fluorescent settings will make your images warmer, while selecting tungsten will cool the image. But you may want to set your white balance manually to get the most accurate image. To use manual white balance, select the custom WB icon. Zoom in on an opaque white object with no markings or shadows and press the Set WB button at the bottom of the screen. An icon will blink in the center of the screen while the camera's white balance adjusts. When it has stopped blinking, your custom white balance should be set. Here you can see the difference between the automatic and custom white balance settings. Now let's look at the Panasonic HMC40. You will use the physical white balance button located on the left side of the camera's body to adjust the white balance on the HMC40. Pressing this button cycles through different color temperature settings such as 5.6K, which will make the image warmer, and 3.2K, which will make the image cooler. To set a custom white balance on the HMC40, zoom in on an opaque white object with no markings or shadows, then press and hold the white balance button at the side of the camera. The LCD screen will go black and display ABB active. When this is displayed, the camera is setting the custom white balance. The image will return and it will display ABB OK when it is finished. Finally, let's take a look at the Sony AX33. To find the white balance settings, select the menu icon in the top left corner of the display. Then choose the camera mic icon. From this menu, use the up and down arrows to navigate until you find the white balance setting. Then simply press the white balance option to adjust your settings. Auto white balance will adjust the color balance automatically. You can choose a setting for outdoors, which will warm the image, or indoors, which will cool the image. To set a custom white balance on the AX33, choose the one push option. Then zoom in on an opaque white object with no markings or shadows. Press the set icon on the left side of the screen. The screen will go black and display a processing message. Your image will return when the camera's white balance is set. For more tutorials, software, and equipment guides, visit the MRC website.